Just to start, merci à nos partisans. Vous êtes les meilleurs.
Can you maybe just put into words what this means to win for your first championship?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to put into words right now. I'm just feeling a lot of pride for our team, for our city and our fans and what we've been able to accomplish. I just continue to reflect on the year that we've had, and there's been a lot of ups and downs with injuries and, young players and different players just stepping in and stepping up the whole way through. And, we really had a great opportunity to develop from within this year. And, we prided ourselves on having depth, and that was going to be our strength. And it certainly came out that way tonight.
I think the difference was in this series.
I have to give credit to, our ability to continue to use everybody. We had a different lineup all the way through the Minnesota series. We had, we played with a 7th D for all 4 games of this series. We kept the same forwards. We were injured, we were bruised, and the players just kept finding a way. And we knew Gwyneth was going to be really hard to beat. Like, she's an unbelievable goaltender. And tonight, the girls put into action what we had been talking about all series long, and they were able to execute on some of those plays. And it's hard to nail down just one difference maker.
After losing that last one 2 days ago, just can you describe the defensive effort you got from your group tonight, just blocking shots all over the place, like being in the lane to preventing scoring chances left and right?
I mean, the girls were willing to put their body on the line tonight, that's for sure. And, after the loss last game, we could have hung our heads, and I got a text from our captain, and she just said, "We got this." And, when your players are sending you that message in a moment where, people could probably get emotional or go a different route, the focus remained the same. We stayed on task, and we got back to work, and we did what we needed to do video-wise. We stayed off the ice the day between. We had an optional skate, and the girls were ready. And they put together probably their best performance in terms of blocking shots. And I think it was one of our best offensive performances as well.
And your jacket seems a little wet. Like, was that water, Gatorade, or something a little more funny, I guess?
Yeah, I was trying to do an interview on the ice, and I felt like the players were crowding me. So I was like, move over. Like, I need to do this interview. And so I kept inching away, but they kept following me. So then I looked around, and they had beer, and I didn't have goggles. The goggles are really important because it does hurt your eyes. So I did get a nice beer shower.
It smells a little bit.
Yeah, you can probably smell me. Sorry.
Can you share if you had anything to say to Carl after it was over?
Yeah, I mean, I just said, hell of a job, and you're in the handshake line. It's hard to kind of get the words out in that moment, and I'm everyone's proud of what she's been able to do with her team, and Ottawa always has a resilient, hardworking, relentless, pesky team that kind of just won't quit. And that speaks to the character they have in the room, that speaks to their leadership, and Carla's a big part of that. And what she's gone through this year, leaving the team for a little bit, then coming back, that shows the competitor in her and how much she cares about her team and the city. And I continue to wish her all the best and the best health that she can have.
I don't know how well you know Carla, but you know what it takes, what this job takes and what it entails. When you think of that and knowing what she's going through, what kind of a respect, I guess, do you have knowing that and what comes that she has to go through to still be behind the bench and be as, helping this team to get to where they were?
Yeah. I mean, this job is hard enough on a good day when everything is going in the right direction for you. And for someone to be going through what she's going through, keeping her mind, on her health, which is really important, and then keeping her mind, helping the team and advancing the team forward. Clearly, there's an amazing support group that she has, and the staff that took over for a little while with Ottawa. They did a great job of kind of righting the ship and keeping it going forward. And I have a lot of respect for her and what she's gone through this year and what she's been able to do with her team.
This team has been very good for 3 years, but struggled in the postseason the first 2 years. What is the difference maker this season?
It's hard to say. Yeah, like I thought we gave ourselves a chance in the first 2 years in the both series, and we had good goaltending in that as well, and we were up against a great goaltender on the other side in this series again, and I think we had a lot of depth with our group. We had a lot of players who could play in a lot of situations. I think by the end of the year we had the most 5-on-6 situations, meaning that we held the lead more than anybody else in the league at the end of the game. And I think that paid dividends in itself of just having to strategize and teach the players a little bit of what it means to play in those moments. And we had a bunch of different players play in those moments as well. So I just think we had the depth. We had, the kind of the experience now of going through it. And you can only really have that if you've gone through it. And our leaders stepped up and they knew what it took.
About a year ago, you guys were not in this building, but in this city, answering questions in a very different situation.
Yeah.
And we saw how much your leaders like Marie-Philip and Laura wanted this.
Yeah.
What does it mean for you to see them achieve it?
It means everything. Like I said on the ice, there was a moment in year one where you just saw the look on Pooh's face when Boston was going on to the second round, and like that's not a face I ever wanted to see again. I didn't want to see a disappointment like that on a player's face, and and then we went through it again in year two, and I just think being able to watch those two and what they've done for our team, for the city, for the game of hockey, and I couldn't be more proud of them and happy for them that they're able to win this championship.
With they have so much experience in hockey, but you feel like they've learned something from these unfortunate losses.
Yeah, I mean, we all have, right? And I think we kept learning as a team of what it took, what we needed in our roster in order to win a championship. And, it's great by our organization of, targeting specific free agents, going into the draft and looking at different players that we knew who could bring offense to our team. We've learned a lot. And I think, Pooh and Stace, they learned a lot too. Like, We've talked to them in the past about they don't need to do it all, that we can do it as a group and as a team. And certainly with the injuries that they've been going through, we needed to lean on other people and we needed to lean on everybody in order to do it. And everyone stepped up.
Kori, now that it's all said and done, can you shed a little bit more insight onto why you would choose the two-time defending champions in the first round instead of the Ottawa Charge?
I mean, with Minnesota, like they're a great team, and so was Boston, so was Ottawa, and with Minnesota, we felt like we matched up well against them. We felt like we knew how they wanted to play against us. We had success against them in the season, and we thought it was a good situation for us, and knowing that we're choosing a two-time champion, and then we were able to do what no one else had been able to do for 2 years, which was put them out in playoffs or beat them in playoffs. And they have a great team. They pushed us till the bitter end, just like Ottawa, and it worked out in our favor.
Last one for Kori. Or take two more, guys.
Coach, obviously so many superstitions in sports, and
there's so much noise in this locker room heading into this year about picking your opponent and having to face that challenge about Montreal having first round exits. How did you kind of tune that out this year?
Picking your opponent it's great for the fans and everybody. It's hard for the team that has to pick. Like you're splitting hairs at the end of it, and you know, you don't know if you're ever going to be right or wrong, and it's only going to be at the end of when you feel like you were right or wrong in that moment. And so I love that our league is, you know, takes on initiatives like that and wants to be different. It does put a lot of stress on the team that finishes first, but I couldn't be happier with our path. I thought we had a really hard path in round 1 against Minnesota, and I honestly think it prepared us for our second round.
Last one for Kori here. The league shut down for the Olympics, and I wondered what was the dynamic of the team before and then after, because your leadership group was there and went through an emotional ringer.
Yeah.
Did that galvanize them when they came back and lead your charge to the playoffs? What kind of an impact did that have?
Yeah, I mean, we have, you know, the best competitors in the world on our team, playing for Team Canada as well. And I have to give major kudos to the group who came back from the Olympics and, you know, didn't get the result that they had wanted, because I think they never let it show. They never let it be an excuse or let it get them down. If it ever affected them, it affected them behind closed doors. And I just think that speaks to the character and the leadership that we have. And, you know, they wanted to come back to this team and make sure that we won the trophy that we were after tonight. And, you know, the group that stayed in Montreal did absolutely everything that they possibly could to stay ready, to stay game ready for us to come back as a group. And I give a lot of credit to them and what they were able to do to welcome us back and to go forward as a group.
Congratulations, Kori.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you.
Je me demandais juste comment ça se compare. C'est quoi la différence entre celle-là puis la Coupe Clarkson, par exemple, qui est un grand accomplissement aussi, puis une autre ligue professionnelle, mais c'est quoi la différence entre ces deux championnats?
Je pense que le fait qu'après la CWHL a comme fermé ses portes, il y a eu 2 ans où on ne savait pas trop où que ça s'en allait. Il y a un groupe de femmes qui s'est tenu les coudes serrés pour être capable de mettre cette ligue-là en place. Puis vraiment, tout ça, de venir jusqu'à la 3e année, être capable de gagner la Coupe Walter, pour nous, ça fait du bien. Ça fait du bien. Je pense que les 2 dernières années, on en parle beaucoup. On n'était pas capable de passer la première ronde. Alors de finalement la remporter, ça fait du bien non seulement à nous, mais à toute l'organisation de Montréal.
Where does this rank compared to your other achievements in hockey?
Yeah, for sure it's up there. I'm not gonna lie. Like I mentioned, like this year, this league has been created the last couple of years. Like we put our on hold a little bit our hockey career here with the PWHL, with the PWHPA was formed, and it was 2 years where we didn't know what was going to happen, and being able to have this created, having the rink packed day in and day out, it was hard to be part of. And honestly, it's up there, and especially personally, since February, it's been hard emotionally, physically. So being able to be back out there with this team, it's really special.
Marie-Philip, je sais que tu as un énorme respect pour les joueuses, les femmes qui ont passé avant ta génération dans le hockey féminin. Je parlais à France Saint-Louis tantôt qui était très émotive. À quel point justement c'est spécial de gagner cette Coupe Walter-là avec toute cette historique-là en arrière?
Oui, 100%. Je pense que de voir ces grandes femmes sur la glace après, de pouvoir célébrer avec eux, tu sais. Je n'avais pas mentionné à Caro Noum, mais tu sais, je savais que la dernière fois j'ai gagné à côté d'eux, c'était la Coupe Clarkson à Ottawa. Puis tout de suite après, tu sais, je l'ai mentionné. Ça vaut beaucoup. Depuis que je suis tout jeune, je regarde ces grandes femmes-là, genre pave the way pour nous tous, puis vraiment de les voir sur la glace, de pouvoir célébrer avec eux, de voir, comme tu as mentionné, France, Caro, Noum, Daniel, Kori. Tu sais, il y en a tellement. Alors vraiment, je suis super. Tu sais, Kim. Tout ça ensemble, je pense que c'est non seulement juste les joueuses, mais une organisation au complet. On est super fiers.
Abby, Marie-Philip is known as Captain Clutch. Did you just steal the clutch tonight?
No, I don't think
Yes, she did.
No, but I was real happy to get her out of the box there on the jailbreak. first thing I did was look up at her, and she was just waiting to come out. So, but nobody can take that from her.
How did you feel about those two big goals and the biggest match of the season for you?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. I mean, I just wanted to help the team win, and I was lucky enough to be able to get the goals, but there was a lot of little things that all game people did to help us win. I mean, there was a lot of people battling through a lot of sickness, injuries, things like that, and if you're somebody who's feeling a little better that day or feeling a little worse, like I don't think anybody used an excuse today and just got it done, and I was really proud of the group.
Just, I think I asked you a few days ago before the first game about what does this represent for you, especially having gone through what you've gone through in New York, not being able to even play in this playoffs. Just
yeah, I mean, I feel like I've been waiting for this playoffs for a long time. I love playoff hockey. I love meaningful hockey when it's physical and it's tough and there's not a lot of room to do much out there. Like, that's where it's fun to me. It's competitive, and that's where I want to play. And being able to play in this playoffs is really a dream come true. But winning it all, like, that's what we wanted to do. That's what we set ourselves out to do at the beginning of the season. Like, there was never a doubt of what our goal was right from the first game, and really, really grateful for this group.
Philippe, de voir autant de gens de Montréal, du Québec se déplacer comme ça ici, autant lundi que ce soir, de rester jusqu'à la fin. À un moment donné, je pense qu'elle riait plus Victoire que Charles en début de match. Qu'est-ce que ça dit sur le fanbase de hockey qu'on a au Québec?
Non, c'est incroyable. Je pense qu'on l'a ressenti tout au long de la saison. Mais tu sais, surtout quand les séries ont commencé, les fans ont été là. Tu sais, il y a eu des initiatives qui s'est faites tout au long de la dernière semaine où que les gens se mettent ensemble à Québec ou peu importe. Vraiment, les gens en parlent. Les gens qui sont déplacés ce soir, lundi, les avoir dans les estrades, puis jusqu'à la fin. On était sur la glace jusqu'à la fin, avoir les gens derrière nous. C'est remarquable. Puis, tu sais, on parle beaucoup de l'équipe, de l'organisation, mais les fans ont fait une grosse différence pour nous pour gagner.
Juste un petit follow-up. Tu es la première capitaine à ramener une coupe de hockey professionnel à Montréal depuis 1993. Qu'est-ce que ça te dit pour la prochaine génération, pour les petits gars, les petites filles qui ont vu à la télé avec la coupe dans les mains? Qu'est-ce que ça te fait de penser à ça?
Ça fait chaud au cœur, mais je pense que j'ai eu tellement la chance d'avoir des grandes femmes qui ont passé avant moi puis d'essayer de les suivre, mais je pense que tout est possible. Quand tu as un rêve, quand tu as des gens alentour qui sont là pour les bonnes raisons, qui te poussent à te rendre meilleur, tu peux y arriver.
Marie-Philip, there's so much noise around this group entering this year with just like past playoff results, with picking your opponent in that challenge. How did you go about kind of tuning that out and just getting the job done?
Yeah, I mean, we know people have been talking, and we see it, we hear it, but at the end of the day, it's the people in that dressing room that's going to show up day in and day out. And that's what we did. We focused on ourselves, and we knew coming tonight in this building was going to be hard, but honestly, we stayed patient. We chipped away. We stayed composed the whole game, and honestly, it just showed. Having that goal in the second period of Abby kind of gave us a second win there. In the third, obviously, people stepped it up, and again, Abby, that jailbreak goal, unbelievable. Honestly, I think I peed a little in the penalty box. I was so excited, and honestly, for them to see and come see me, it was just unbelievable. A lot of emotion there. Yep, I said it.
You two have been rivals for a very
Yes,
long
we
time.
have.
to
Not
play
anymore.
together, to win together.
So special. Honestly, that's what competitors are, and Abby is truly the definition of that. She wants to win. She wants to make a difference. And honestly, the last 2 years I played against her, that was all about. Both want to win. Both want to make a difference. Both love physical hockey. And I think we saw that clip many times at face-off in Laval when we just go after each other. But that's all competitive. And honestly, coming this year, forever remember the first practice we had together, seeing her in the Victoire jersey. I couldn't believe it. I said, Abby freaking Roque in the Montreal Victoire. And honestly, all year long, we grew together. We got to know each other better on the ice, off the ice, and honestly, I'm truly happy that she was the one that made a difference tonight. We're truly, truly happy, and look at us now. Hey, look at us.
She really is the best. I don't want to go on about her, but the best to ever do it.
Tu as mentionné plutôt les difficultés que tu as eues avec la blessure. Comment t'es arrivé? Je sais pas à quel point t'es rétabli même de tout ça. Comment tu as réussi à passer par-dessus ça puis à réussir à jouer quand même toutes les séries?
Je pense que tu as une équipe comme ça, des filles qui sont là, à te lever, match après match, pratique après pratique, sont là à l'aréna avec un sourire. Il y a des journées que ça va moins bien, mais ils sont là. C'est ça le plus important quand tu joues dans une équipe qu'on a tous le même but, qu'on est là pour toutes les bonnes raisons. Je pense que ça fait une grande différence que tu sois blessé, que tu sois malade, que peu importe. Je pense qu'à la fin de la journée, quand tu regardes à ta gauche, à ta droite, que tu as des coéquipiers, des amis qui sont là à te relever, ça fait une grosse différence pour aussi une organisation incroyable. On a eu des physios, des docteurs qui sont là tout au long de l'année, qui nous ont aidés. Alors vraiment, tout ça ensemble fait juste qu'on est capable de soulever le trophée ce soir.
Marie-Philip, parle-moi d'Anne René qui termine la saison avec un blanchissage tellement fitting avec la saison qu'elle a eue, j'imagine.
C'est incroyable. Ça a été notre mur tout au long de l'année. On savait qu'elle était là, mais pour être honnête, en série, elle a levé son jeu d'un cran. Elle a fait des arrêts incroyables. Elle nous a tenus dans la partie. Tu sais, contre Minnesota, l'arrêt qu'elle a fait en faisant son crazy save, c'est quelque chose qui est remarquable. Mais ça, c'est Anne. C'est Anne. Elle s'amuse. Puis elle a démontré tout au long des séries. Quand elle est calme, compose, elle a du fun. C'est ça le plus important. Puis pour nous, on peut jouer notre hockey. C'est sûr qu'elle nous a sauvés beaucoup de fois. Mais pour être honnête, ça a été vraiment le MVP des séries.
Marie-Philippe, on sait qu'il y a une rivalité qui s'installe entre les deux équipes. À la fin, à la poignée de main, vous avez échangé quelques mots avec Rebecca Leslie. Est-ce qu'on peut savoir qu'est-ce que vous avez dit?
Pour être honnête, j'étais tellement fière d'elle, de voir la saison qu'elle a eue, qu'elle a mené son équipe. Puis, tu sais, j'ai dit que sa grand-mère était très fière d'elle. Pour être honnête, elle s'est levée tout au long de l'année. J'ai eu la chance de jouer avec elle à l'Université de Boston. C'est une joueuse remarquable, c'est une fille qui est tellement le fun et alentour. Alors, de la voir s'élever tout au long de la saison, durant les séries, pour moi, je suis super fière d'elle, puis elle mérite amplement tout ce qu'elle reçoit.
Me? Okay.
Oh, no, I thought you were
No, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Okay, Marie-Philip, tell me about the journey that you've had here from that first game in Verdun against Boston when you had, a couple thousand fans in the stands to the Bell Center to now getting this cup. Tell me about the journey that you've had with this team.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable, honestly. Not only myself, but the whole crew that's really stuck together when the PWHPA was created. We were showing up weekend after weekend where we didn't know who we were going to play with empty stands, and we're like, where are we going here? And honestly, we stuck to it, and to see what this league is all about, sticking together, and honestly, having the honor to lift that cup after Kendall Coyne-Schofield, it's truly an honor, honestly. She's done so much for this league, and being able to follow her footsteps, being able to do this all together. Like, obviously, we're competitor on the ice, but at the end of the day, we stick together to grow this league even bigger, not only for ourselves, but when you see little girls in the stand, when you see parents seeing that there's possibilities, there's dreams there, it's unbelievable. So to see what this thing is all about, it's really special to be part of.
Congratulations.
I want to ask you bigger picture question about the league, but I've seen hockey card shows where there's a huge lineup for your autograph now. You're on a lot of TV commercials. You're in the Tim Hortons Upper Deck card set. They did 20 million packs of cards, so there's millions of kids in Canada that have your hockey card now. And I just wondered how you see the excitement of that. Like, I don't know if you were a girl, if you ever imagined you'd be on a hockey card, but did you ever see this happening? And maybe comment too on the investment and the commitment that Upper Deck has made to grow the PWHL. Not in the league as much as the players.
Get me started on her ads.
I mean, it's, to me, what's most special is when you see like little girls, little boys waiting for us and showing us our card and wanting to have autograph, wanting to see us. It's something that's really special. Like, remember when I was a kid, obviously you watch the NHL, you want to be part of that, but you know that it's not going to be a possibility. But now seeing women's on TV, seeing ads, seeing people supporting, talking about it on social media, on TV, it's all about visibility. Like, honestly, when you see parents taking their kids from Montreal, driving all the way to Ottawa, and being able to see this game tonight, that's going to make a big difference. They're able to go back to their school tomorrow and talk about it and see what they saw. And it's all about everybody together, talking about it, growing it together. But to be able to see all the girls on different hockey cards, to see little boys, little girls wanting to have their autograph is something that's truly cool, and we're going to keep growing and keep going.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the season.